Right now at noon, Jasper County has not yet implemented a state program to freeze property taxes for some senior citizens.
And we've got another hot and muggy day out there, but relief is on the way. We'll have a look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, some Southwest Missouri residents say they're having the same old problem with their new trash service.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Oklahomans can now say goodbye to their grocery tax. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Snowy. In a post on social media today, Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt said in part, quote, "Starting today, we say goodbye to the state's 4.5% tax on groceries. Every Oklahoman will keep more money in their pocket and feel relief on their grocery bill," end quote. Now, the bill was signed by the governor back in February, and the tax is expected to save the average family of 4 in Oklahoma about $60 per month. Local governments are also prohibited from raising grocery tax rates until July 1st of 2025. Items like restaurant meals, alcoholic beverages, and dietary supplements will remain taxed. Well, a law went into effect yesterday that could freeze property taxes for some Missouri residents, but Jasper County hasn't yet implemented any plan to participate. KOAM Samantha Walker sat down with the county collector to learn what this tax freeze is and why the county hasn't joined in just yet.
This would help you budgetary wise, enable you to maybe stay in that home longer, those types of things.
A new Missouri law clarifies who exactly qualifies for a senior property tax freeze. A bill passed in 2023 stated anyone who qualified for Social Security could participate, but this excluded people like teachers and federal employees who paid into a different type of retirement. Now anyone 62 years or older qualifies, but only if the county they live in is implementing it.
Nobody's really implemented it yet. They're working on it. The other counties are simply working on it. They're taking applications, they've got an ordinance in place, but no county has actually done the freeze yet.
Jasper County officials say the language of the original tax freeze bill was vague and confusing, so they opted to wait for the clarification and see what other counties do.
There's a reason we haven't stood on the mountaintop and talked about this is because no reason to go crazy till it gets clarified to where we know what we can do. And that's where we are now.
He says although it's not something county officials have announced that they're officially working on, it's something several people in this courthouse have been talking about.
We'll take a hard look at it. I don't think anybody in this courthouse is opposed to the tax credit for seniors. I'm certainly not. But you've got to work your way through it and do certain things that maintain the standards of integrity that the taxpayers would demand.
Reporting in Jasper County, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Now, several Jasper County residents have expressed a desire for the county to implement the program, with some even signing a petition. The county collector warns that even if the county does decide to implement the tax freeze, it would take some time to get set up and for people to see any results. Now let's check in with Chris Warner for a look at the forecast.
Yeah, we've got that opportunity for an isolated pop-up shower or thunderstorm, and we actually have one. Now this activity here, if you follow it all the way up behind the banner, it's actually just a radar glitch coming from the Kansas City radar site. But we do have one real shower, and that's down south of Monette near Purdy in Berry County. This is an actual shower, and you can see it's not much right now, but it's just that indication that we do have that window of opportunity. The better opportunity is going to be between 2 and 7. Then we're going to watch this cold front that's out to our west trigger some thunderstorms that will eventually make their way here. Quick look outside. MoDOT camera 20th and range line looking pretty good right now. Same from our new camera downtown Pittsburgh. We've got sunny skies, just a few clouds here and there. Started yesterday at 70, made it up to 99 degrees. Another above normal day. We're on track for the same thing. 93 in Joplin, 91 in Pittsburgh. The majority of us low to mid 90s out there with a couple of upper 80 degree readings as well. We'll fall back through the low 80s, upper 70s toward midnight, partly cloudy skies, and then that cold front will work its way in after midnight and start to change things up for us. We'll go over those details in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, Girard, Kansas is in the process of revitalizing their town square through various grant initiatives. They have a list of ideas to implement into their vacant spaces at the square, including a stage for concerts and a park. They hope the revitalization of the square will encourage tourism and community members to stay in Girard.
We're hoping that this will bring in some just new blood, new visitors, tourists coming in through some of the projects that we've been able to do through Main Street and through the Chamber, helping businesses once get established and then also to grow.
Through Network Kansas, the Girard Chamber of Commerce is offering a Pitch Your Porch program where businesses can apply for grants to make upgrades to the front of their business. Well, construction is progressing on the new Frontenac Public Library. Workers broke ground and worked on water lines yesterday. The $4.5 million project will also feature a community room and a coffee shop. The city's first ever public library will also hold the Frontenac Historical Collection. The city hopes to have the building open to the public next year. Well, eating local is not only healthy for you, but it supports local farmers. A local farmer we spoke with says he only grass feeds his animals and says everyone should have access to a highly nutritional, dense food source. A local dietitian also says kids are more likely to eat healthier if they start earlier.
Going to be fewer preservatives. The fresher the food is, the fewer preservatives that it is going to have. Buying local helps support local farmers, which is
Missouri Southern has just started a new food science program. It includes research and development, food tasting, and quality control. Well, more people in some southwest Missouri towns are seeing a trash buildup in their neighborhoods. Adam Woodbray spoke to some customers of the Cards Trash Service who says their garbage bins are not getting emptied for weeks at a time.
I just want them to pick up the trash that they haven't picked up for the money that we paid for.
People in some rural communities fed up watching their trash piles grow.
3 weeks. They've gone a couple of weeks before, and we've called and called. Oh yeah, we'll have somebody out here, and maybe once in a while they will, but now lately we've been calling and they're just not sending anybody out.
Keith Johnson, a Cards Recycling Services customer, says piles of trash like these are a common sight in Conway. In the beginning, he had no issues with Cards service.
We actually had no problem for a little bit, and then when they went to quarterly billing, things really started going downhill real fast.
I don't think I really had a problem with the quarterly billing because previous to Peterson, I'd had another trash service and they did it quarterly.
Helen Furrio tells me that early on, Cards service was just fine in Conway. In fact, when she called customer service about billing or other questions, she says they were very helpful. But over the last month, she said trash service has changed. She isn't sure why. All she knows is her trash hasn't been picked up for 2 weeks.
I'm trying to clean out my garage, so I need to have that pickup.
Furrio admits that she doesn't have a lot of trash that needs to be picked up, but she still wants the service that she's paid for.
No explanation's been given to me to why the service has changed, but initially, as I say, they were very, very good.
Well, the Cards company was contacted for comment, and so far they have yet to respond. Coming up, the Pitt State Pride of the Plains marching band tightens their skills in preparation for game day. And later, we're making classic potato frittata in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Well, the Pitt State Pride of the Plains marching band wrapped up one of their final practices before they help paint the town red. Band director Joey Wilson, with the help of his drum majors and section leaders, has had just 3 weeks to transform a diverse group of students into a single unit that aims to continue a proud tradition.
Exactly. We've got about 150 students here, and about 35 of them, 35 to 40 are new this year, are freshmen this year. And so the way we do it is we have a 1-week band camp the week before school starts. And we're working pretty much 8 to 6 each day. So there's a lot of work that goes into, learning all the music that we have to play for the shows, both for the halftime show, the pregame show, all the music in the stands.
You can check out the marching band tomorrow at the Paint the Town Red Parade and again at the big game against Ferris State on Saturday. And speaking of Paint the Town Red, the KOAM Roadshow is heading to Pittsburgh's downtown block party. KOAM's own Tanya Bach and Lindsay Gaffney will be live from downtown Pittsburgh during our 5 and 6 o'clock evening shows to help celebrate homecoming and to help paint the town red. Well, chalk up a win for art lovers. The annual Sidewalk Chalk Contest is returning for the Neosho Fall Festival. The contest, presented by the Neosho Arts Council, will take place on October 5th. Cash prizes will be awarded in various age groups, and kids ages 6 to 15 can enter the contest free of charge, while those ages 16 and up will need to pay a $10 entry fee. You'll find information at KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
If you speak Italian, today's your lucky day. But to tell you the truth, even if you don't, you're going to love what we're cooking up.
And we've got relief on the way in the form of a cold front to our west and some rain chances. A look at that forecast when the KOAM News at noon returns. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. So we got some sunny skies out there, a few clouds as well. However, the Skywatch Storm Tracker is starting to show us where we're seeing those pop-up showers and thunderstorms begin to take place and develop out rather quickly down there around Berry and Lawrence County now. So if you remember at the beginning of the noon show, this was just a little shower east of Purdy. Now it's becoming a heavier shower. Probably will eventually evolve into a thunderstorm, so it's right paralleling 37. And then if we head a little further north of that, near Freistadt, we have yet another new shower that's going up around the Freistadt area. And then north of that, just to the southeast of Greenfield, yet another one. Now, all of these are on the eastern fringes of our area, but we do expect eventually, if you look at the cumulus cloud development here as well, some more. So really along and east of 69. And we're going to show you that on the future track, where you can see we get a few more of these almost between 69 and 49 from the Kansas to Missouri side as we head through the afternoon, continuing through about 6, 7 o'clock before we start to lose that daytime heating, and then they will fizzle on out. Then we have the cold front, and that's going to come in from our north and west. So unfortunately, even the new data is still suggesting the one thing we don't want it to. While we don't want severe weather, we do want some rain. We need some rain, but still showing any thunderstorms that develop to our west to be in a dying state by the time they get here very early tomorrow morning. So we will get some isolated to widely scattered showers and storms tonight, but at least initially with this frontal passage, it's not going to bring much for us. Now, as we head into the afternoon, it's going to set off a few additional scattered showers and thunderstorms, and some of these are starting to look at the possibility of a couple of strong storms. No severe weather necessarily, nothing widespread, but a couple of stronger storms definitely appear possible as we head through the afternoon and into the evening hours on our Friday. Then we head into our Saturday, and we'll have another potential round of isolated to widely scattered showers and storms. But on Saturday, the majority of this activity looks to remain on the eastern half of our area. And then by Sunday, we start to look really good out there. Right now, though, it does not look really good. We've got some upper 80s, most of us low, getting close to mid 90s across the area. And then you factor in the dew point. Look at these heat index values. Nevada, Stockton already at 100 degrees. Newada, Independence, Neodesha, you're not far behind. So heat index values already climbing up there. But the good news is this is the last day for a while that we're going to have to worry about that. So again, highs today, mid 90s. Those heat index values about 100 degrees for most of us. Some of you may be a couple of degrees above that, so do be prepared. And we could still see some isolated showers and storms. Overnight tonight, we'll have those isolated to widely scattered thunderstorms. A little bit cooler as well as we fall back to about 70. The south breeze at 5 to 10. That wind is another key element because once the front passes, as it gets through your area, your winds are going to shift out of the northwest at 5 to 10. And take a look at this. At or just a pinch below average, upper 80s for our highs tomorrow. And we're going to hold on to the 80s for quite some time. Now, we're going to be in the mid to upper 80s through at least next Tuesday. And the second half of our Labor Day weekend looks pretty good. And then take a look. Now we've got those pop-up storm chances, but we also have temperatures falling a few degrees below normal, going into the low 80s for our highs, keeping our overnight lows right about where they should be into the 60s. So we just have to get through today.
Yes.
We've made it this far. We can get through today and get another nice break from the heat.
Absolutely. It's going to be great. Thanks, Chris. Well, stick around. We're making classic potato frittata in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Howard is showing us how to make classic potato frittata in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Do you know what the Italian word frittata translates to in English? It's fried. Now, even though I don't fluently speak Italian or really any other language, I do pretty well when it comes to speaking food-related words in almost any language. To help make sure you never forget it, we're whipping up a classic potato frittata that's molto bene, which means really good in Italian. We start by sauteing some refrigerated or frozen shredded potatoes in a bit of olive oil with some chopped onions and a little salt and pepper. You'll want to stir these occasionally so they brown evenly. Once they're golden, we pour some beaten eggs over them, cover the pan, and let them cook until the eggs are set. If you want, you can even flip this halfway through to make sure both sides are nice and crispy. Then slide it out of the pan onto a large platter or cutting board, cut it into wedges, and you're good to go. Maybe serve it alongside bowls of sour cream, snipped herbs, and shredded cheese, so that everybody can top it with their favorites. To get the recipe for our classic potato frittata, all you need to do is visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a tasty Italian way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, we're taking one more look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker. Those pop-up showers and storms we talked about are really starting to get going. Nothing strong or severe, but you can see definitely some heavy rain stretching from Greenfield to Mount Vernon to Monette. These are continuing to, we're going to skip ahead here and show you which direction they are moving as they gradually lift off to the north, but slowly but surely. And we could see a few more of those along and east of the 69 corridor today. Storms tonight with that cold front, more tomorrow, and into Saturday. Temperatures falling back into the 80s and then the low 80s as we head in the second part of next week. So we got some rain out there, some more on the way, but we've also got those better temperatures coming too.
Sounds good.
Something to look forward to for sure. All right, and Dad, what do you have for us this evening?
Well, lots coming up at 5. For starters, health organizations are getting the word out about flu vaccinations for kids and getting them before the winter months begin. Last season, vaccination rates in children dropped again, and deaths were at the highest level in years. Plus, Creation Safari Wildlife Park was impacted by thousands of dollars in damage from strong storms in Wyandotte, Oklahoma. Well, now just 2 weeks later, they're getting ready to reopen this weekend. And new life-saving equipment will soon be on the way to Granby, Missouri's police department thanks to a donation from the Hero Fund. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A lot more, of course, coming up on KOAM News at 5.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dal. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your day.